You are the CDD. You do a lot of work with the parties and the EC and democracy. You also do a lot of Codeo work. You've heard the parties on this. There's a lot of evidence out there that you've also seen. I mean, having heard them tonight explain what has happened, what sense are you making of all this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Evans, and a very good evening to everyone. Also, let me express my deepest condolences to the family of Honorable Ernest Kumi and to the MPP for his passing. So I think for some of us, we have election fatigue. So 6 months down the line, we're still dealing with elections, but that's what we have to deal with. I think the EC has to take some of the blame, but certainly not all the blame. We just came back from a post-election workshop in Koforidua. My friend Haruna was there. 2016, 2020, one of the recommendations that came from the post-election workshop was that we needed to set up electronic transmission of results from the polling station. I think if we had that, we wouldn't have this problem that we are having. But one of the things that also surprises me that in a lot of these places where pink sheets were destroyed and some ballot papers and stuff were destroyed, there were a lot of cameras, there was a lot of video, and yet up to 6 months down the line, nobody's been held responsible for this. It really gives people incentives to, orchestrate all kinds of issues, at the polling station, and put all of us in a very, very difficult place. But the issue that has come up all throughout this process is one that our laws are inadequate to deal with some of the issues that have presented itself. Because elections are really about clear rules. It's always in the interest of the Electoral Commission where there's express provision for addressing, particular things, and you can see that in our regulations, all the steps are clearly provided. Now, in the case where your pink sheets, you cannot use your pink sheets to verify and establish the validity of an election. What is the procedure? That is not clear. So it looks like you have to go back to the general function of the Electoral Commission to draw, some direction from there. But if you want to do that, then you have to be very consistent with how you apply it. Or at best, you go to the court for direction. And that's where I think that the EC was wrong, because it needed, after coming to the conclusion that it could not get consensus on completing the collation, then it needed to go to court and say, well, we cannot complete it. If we cannot complete it, the only way in which to secure universal suffrage for people in Ablekuma North was to have a rerun. So in a way, the MPP went to do the job for them. Because I think then that gives you much more cover when there is a gap in the law. And that was not done. So the solution in the future, of course, is legal reform. But in the present, I think it's still the courts that has to establish. And from what the judge, because remember that the judge in the injunction case was saying, can you confirm that the EC says they are able to collate the process now? I mean, they have the consensus to do that. And of course, it was a one-party application, so that was not established. But at the end, that's more likely what you get from the court.